president behaves poorly, voters can punish him or her at the polls. A president who corrupts the system of elections seeks to place himself beyond the reach of this political check. As the Constitutional Convention, George Mason described impeachable offenses as attempts to subvert the Constitution. Corrupting elections subverts the process by which the Constitution makes the president democratically accountable. Put simply, if a president cheats in his effort at re-election, trusting the democratic process to serve as a check through that election is no remedy at all. This is what an impeachment is for. They go on to say in this letter, whether President Trump's conduct is classified as bribery, as a high crime or misdemeanor, or both, it is clearly impeachable under our Constitution. So in asking a unanimous consent that this letter and more than 500 legal scholars signed to be made part of the record, I hope my colleagues on the other side of the aisle will understand the basis of this article of impeachment, that the President of the United States violated the public trust, undermined the national security of the United States, betrayed our national interests by using the enormous power of his office, not to advance the public good, not to advance the policies of the United States and the interests of the United States, to advance his own personal political benefit. That is exactly what the framers spoke about. That's not my conclusion alone. It was the conclusion of the scholars we heard from in our hearing, and more than 500 legal scholars that have joined them. And so I hope we'll put to rest this notion that you have to violate a criminal statute. You know, a president could deface a post office, a mailbox. That's a federal crime. No one would suggest the president could be impeached for that. So the framers are talking about the abuses of the public trust, a violation of the most sacred oath to honor the interests of the American people and not advance your own personal political interests. These constitutional scholars say it much better than I can, and as well as Professor Raskin has said, so I ask unanimous consent to be made.